I tried 3D printing a camera lens for my Canon camera. I guess this technically isn't really a lens because there's not actually any glass inside of this. This thing is really fascinating to look at, and you can see the light shining through it from different angles. It's basically just a very fine grid, but unlike a window screen, for example, this has depth to it. So that grid runs the entire length of this cylinder. And then on the back, there's a Canon RF lens mount. So this can actually attach directly to the front of my Canon camera. I think I might actually be the original inventor of this lens. I've never seen anybody else 3D print a lens like this one. Maybe for good reason, because it does have a lot of limitations. For example, there's no way to focus it, so it only takes pictures of things that it's really close to. But one of the kind of cool limiting factors of this lens is that instead of taking normal pictures, it actually creates these pixel art style images that kind of look cool. And now here's how I actually made this lens. Starting off in my CAD software, I use plasticity. I made a cylinder shape, and then on the top side here, I recreated the Canon RF lens mount. One modification I did make to the lens mount is this 45-degree chamfered edge on the bottom of the mounting flange. And this just makes it so that the entire thing can be 3D printed without using supports. This is all you really need right here, but for aesthetics, I also added a chamfer to the bottom edge and this textured pattern that not only looks nice, but also provides some extra grip to hold onto when threading this onto the camera. And now I'm gonna go ahead and export this as an STL file. This file does not include the grid pattern that runs through this lens. And that's because this part actually gets added in the 3D printing slicer software, which I'm going to show you how to set up here in just a second. Not sponsored, but I am using a Bambu Lab A1 Mini, which is capable of creating some really clean 3D prints. This is black PLA filament, and to get the highest resolution, I'm using a 0.2 millimeter nozzle. The file for this lens will be available on my website, and the link for that is in the description. Now, if you are going to try to print this, make sure to follow these next steps really closely. Go ahead and bring that STL file into your slicer software. I'm using Bambu Studio. And make sure the lens is in this orientation with the camera mount facing up. Select the 0.2 millimeter nozzle. Set the layer height to 0.1 millimeters. And also make sure that the initial layer height is the same as the rest of the layers. Then moving over to the strength category, this is already set to 4 walls, which is fine. But then down here, take the top shell layer and set it to 0. And do the same thing with the bottom shell layer, setting it to 0 as well. Then all the way down here at the bottom, set the infill pattern to rectilinear. Especially pay attention to this setting. The grid pattern kind of looks the same here in the slicer, but there's some differences in how it actually prints. So make sure to use rectilinear. Now, just because you can see through this grid pattern here in the slicer doesn't mean you'll be able to once you actually start printing it. So the infill density, you're probably going to need to experiment a bit to see what works for you and your printer, but I would suggest starting somewhere around 35%. Make sure you have supports turned off, and I would also recommend not using a prime tower and not trying to make a time lapse of this print because that may reduce the print quality of the infill pattern. And now you can go ahead and start printing this. After it's been printing for about 10 to 15 minutes, go ahead and check on it and make sure that you can actually see through that grid infill pattern. And if you need to, you can adjust the infill density accordingly. If you can't see through it at all, then you'll need to decrease the infill density. Or if you think it could be finer, then go ahead and increase the infill density. I went ahead and printed off several of these little test pieces and just increased the infill density with each one until it was about as fine as it could go without just becoming a solid block of plastic. Then I decreased the infill density just a little bit and then finally printed out the entire lens. If you thought this was cool, then click on one of these videos right here and I'll see you over there.